Thanks, Jared. You mentioned gasoline prices pushing inflation up last month, but there are no good signs when it comes to gasoline prices in the near term. Crude oil prices are going up. Saudi Arabia has signaled it's going to continue to throttle oil production. Are you worried that inflation is going to go back up over 4%?
Well, let's talk about gas prices. As the president said in his statement this morning, he's well aware that they put a strain on family budgets, and that's why he's working with congressional Democrats to take action to cut energy costs. It is correct, as you pointed out, that gas price, the spike in August, caused nearly all of the increase in inflation last month. But gas prices are down from last summer's high by about $1.20 per gallon. They peaked at north of $5 in June of 22, and that saves a family with two drivers about $120 per month. Getting more directly to your question, the Energy Department is in touch with producers and refiners to resolve any issues and to try to ensure stable supply. There is some pressure relief coming in September in the switch over from the summer blend to the winter blend. The winter blend is a somewhat cheaper blend, and also we're moving out of peak driving season, so that lower demand also takes some pressure off. But I think the key point to leave you with on that question is that, again, the president and congressional Democrats are cutting energy costs by investing in clean energy and reducing our dependence on foreign countries that often don't share our values. And so I view the investment agenda that I talked about in my comments as very closely connected to this idea of transitioning to clean energy and more energy independence.
Well, how closely are you tracking the possibility of a spike in gas prices, and are you worried that that could erase some of the gains that have been made in lowering inflation?
Well, to answer your first question, one of the first things I do every morning is click on the AAA gas price, so we track it very closely. I think from a policy perspective, again, the actions that we're taking, working with congressional Democrats to cut energy costs, are at the core of our agenda. Now, I think the important point here, and you mentioned gas prices, climbing and their impact on consumers. The president has been straight up about that, including in his statement this morning. But I also don't think you can divorce that from the other efforts that we're taking to reduce prices in other areas that matter so much to consumers, some of which, by the way, you could see in today's CPI report. The price of eggs, the price of dairy, the price of meat, all those prices actually came down, so not just disinflation, but deflation in those cases. And I think the key thing, if you'll go to that wage graph, I think probably one of the key points there is that even accounting, this is the second graph in my presentation, if you can put that back up, or we can get it to you if you don't have it. The key point there is that when wages are beating prices, there you go. So you have wages beating prices, wages growing more quickly than inflation. And by the way, most quickly for middle and lower wage workers. That's a direct result of the persistently tight labor market. It also links up closely to one of the first tenets of Bidenomics, which is empowering workers. So a persistently tight labor market has delivered wage gains that at this point are beating prices. That means that the buying power of your paycheck is going up, and that's the kind of breathing room we're looking for here.